safe to make sure they're not knocking against each other and into each other. Or the center. I don't think I need to do asparagus staging for this. Well, technically, I probably do. Let's turn off symmetry. Whoa. Not the right thing. There we go. It's not gonna work. Oh hell. I'm gonna undo that, thank you very much. Gonna need that central engine. Now where did the fuel line go to? It's like buried inside of this thing, I think. There it is. Oh hell. I just undid everything. That was stupid. Which one are we? There we go. It's always fun dealing with that kind of stuff. And the fuel lines are probably all, yeah. This may not be the right way. I'll have to see when we actually do the test flight. Yeah, this is nothing. I built stuff before where I had this is like the second stage, and the third stage was like all this leading to Kerbal stuff. First stage, I should say. It's one of my first rockets I built trying to get to Duna. Suffice to say, it flew into the sun instead of what I wanted to do because the probe ran out of range. Ran out of communication range. I think this is okay. Don't think we'll need a fairing. It's not enough, and this maybe can cause some kind of issue, but we'll find out. Now, staging is always fun in this case. So, oh, these. I actually want to. Can I disable these ones? Is that only the other ones? Okay, it's only the other ones. I'll also have to remember not to hit space too many times. Okay, so these outer two are first. So that one, not that one. This one, not this one. Okay. So we got 1.7, 1.7, 1.57, and 2.5. Yeah, okay, should be fine. So Scanalite. Save this. Let's do a test launch. I think I've got everything covered. Oh, maybe I should do on the actions so that we don't have to keep on manually selecting stuff. Extend, and for number 2, maybe all the ScanSat stuff. We will activate all that. Okay. Careful planning and many attempts and failures. What I tend to do is I try to build them and in such a way that the first ones will be on the right sides to start with, and then I just change the orientation of or the order of what happens. Either that or I rotate it in flight and drop off the parts as needed, which is not very optimal. Oh hell, I just realized we're missing a very important part. Let me turn this back on. You know what? This should be fine. Hopefully this doesn't screw anything up. I'll stay there. Actually, don't need you. All I need is another one of these. Technically, I should have put them on every single one of these boosters, but yes, good. Okay, everything's still there. Everything's still good on the staging. Okay, I think we are good to go. Oh boy. Pray to the Kraken. Yes. No. I mean, they can be useful. But if you do it just right, when they run out of fuel and you drop them, they'll just fall right off. Now, I'll see if I can show you what I mean. I actually don't care about turning too early on this or which orientation I'm going in, so I need to just turn so that these ones on the outside drop first. So I'll want to turn this way. Yeah, we got everything with this. Oh, actually, no, we don't have target with this. We have radial and we have radial and normal though with this, so that'll be good. No, actually, it doesn't have. It doesn't have maneuver node. That's interesting. Okay, well, it is what it is. We'll start at half throttle. Oh, we gotta go back. Okay. Full throttle it is. Now, so not that way. This way. Oh no, I was definitely right. I'm gonna go this way. I've probably gone way too early. Yeah. Way too early. Let's revert. Okay, so I definitely want to go either to the left or the right. As long as the first two rockets are going to fall off straight down. Instead of like into or away from. Alright. Yeah, this way. Or no, yeah. So with scan set, you need to be at least 255k, I think. Maybe it's 250. Alright, so let's start turning. Should be enough. Nope, that was definitely not enough. Okay, good to know. Definitely very finicky. We'll probably have to wait till we get to nearly to the upper atmosphere. We don't have nearly enough reaction wheels. If we had one on every single one at the top and in the middle of all these side ones, we'd have enough to do what we want to do, but just two in the center is not enough to deal with it. Zoom out a bit here. Freaking rocket noises. Loud rocket noises. That doesn't really matter. We're not coming back down with it. Not intentionally coming back down with it. is hiked. Up on the mid. The mid. We'll slow down a little bit more. Okay, those engines come off. Oof, I got lucky. That thing blew up. I also had a little bit of a horizontal momentum there. Probably should have slowed down more. That's what really happened. Need to rotate these now. Let's go and start. Well, if we're gonna go that way, then I also want to make sure I don't get this in the same kind of orbital plane that I normally use to launch stuff with too, so it's actually good. You don't need space debris being in the way. So we just need to get to 90k, and we can start pulling out the periapsis. Fuel-wise, we're doing good. Actually, since we're running so close to 0 on the gimbal, we're actually pulling out the periapsis right now. Alright, let's go ahead and go down to negative 20. Let's start there. Get rid of those. Alright, we're keeping the apoapsis from going too much higher. I'm going to knock it down a little bit more. As long as we don't go below 70k, we'll still be in orbit. It's easily adjustable. Oh, we're past apoapsis now. We gotta go back up. We gotta push it back up. Okay, periapsis is at 81 now. We are now in orbit, and we can just adjust this as needed once we get to where we want to. So to push this out, we need to do prograde on the AP node. Let's go ahead and warp over to there. Also, before I forget to do so, let's put the solar panels out. Okay. So we're at 180 at the moment. Oh, 175, I guess, technically. Yeah. I actually want to push the periapsis up to 250. We'll have to do an inclination. Okay, I guess we'll do apoapsis. Never mind. Let's head back over here. And then we'll have to do an inclination burn to put this at a 20-degree angle to where it's at now. Actually, I ended up with almost a pretty much completely planar orbit here. Holy hell. That was a hell of a launch. Okay. Where's the AP node? There you are. Actually, no, it should be like a midpoint. You can do it right here, actually. You don't actually need to, either one. Anti or normal. Doesn't really matter which one. Just need to get it kind of at an angle so that it'll cover all the terrain. Maybe a bit slow going at first here. Things are kind of wobbling around. Probably wasn't at the optimal place to do it on. But we're getting it there. So I'll just stay over 250. Okay, that should be good. Let's switch back to this mode. And activate everything. I think it's on too. It didn't activate this though. Deploy. Alright, we switch over to... I need to actually set this up now. Didn't want that. I want to move the toolbar first. Unlock position and size. Where should you go? I'm going to put you over here above my flight engineer stuff. Alright, big map. So here's our altimetry scan of Kerbal right now. This is the path that we're going to be on apoapsis, and then this is the periapsis side, and this is the day-night, I think. So as this goes, let's throw it into warp. We're going to scan more and more of the surface. So eventually we'll scan all of it. Now I have the altimetry of the entire planet here. Got all different types of projections, got map types. What I want to do is, I want to show this as not black and white. How do I do that? That's the mini-map. Also the mini-map. What do I need to push? Well, here's the biomap. So this shows you where all the stuff is on Kerbal. And where the biomes are. So, like, for example, everywhere that's green, this shade of green is highlands. It's like this. This is all grassland. Obviously ocean. Granted, certain areas are going to be different types of ocean. So, like, if you land over here, it's not, you're going to be able to do more science in here, too. Deserts, badlands, tundra, all the stuff. So every biome you can land at on Kerbal and do more science at. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, at least 11 places on Kerbal you can land and do science at. So it's the same for every planetary body. This is a really idea to have for that purpose. Also have slope, so you can see where the mountains are. This is extremely important. So everywhere that's like in the red, that's mountainous areas, and then gradually down to green, which is flat. For whatever reason, altimetry doesn't show up as a colored scale, even though down here it shows it should be a colored scale. I'm going to assume that white is higher, though. These are like the highest places on Kerbal. So while that's doing this thing up in orbit, so switch back to the Space Center and build our communication network satellite. What we're going to do with these is we're going to put these around Minmus and around the moon, and set them up in such a way that as they're orbiting from anywhere around the moon, even behind it, a probe will be able to get a signal from Kerbal to be able to control it. I've been able to do this doing an X pattern with 2 probes going in around a opposing 20-degree orbit from the poles. So kind of like an X form like this, going around this way. Kind of like how I have this one set up, the ScanSat satellite. Actually, I think we'll use the ScanSat satellite as a base to start with. To be honest, we could probably just use those, take up all the ScanSat parts, and maybe reduce some of the heaviness. Let's change this to, what do they call that thing? The KSN? KNS? I don't know. I'm going to call it KSN sat. We want to keep these. We want to keep the battery, RCS. We can get rid of the ScanSat bits. Actually, to be honest, we probably want to keep everything else that's here. One thing I want to do, though, if I can do it. Can I take this bit off without screwing this stuff? I think I can. Nope. That was a bridge too far. That other struck over there. Whoops. Whoops. I didn't redo these either. Okay, let's do these. These are not in the right place anymore. Holy crap. Alright, everything else should be good. To be honest, we should do one there too. Okay. Okay. Should be good. Now with these, the main problem is going to be power, which we have solved with the solar panels, but also when it goes behind the moon or Minmus, it's going to lose signal. The first one will. So we're going to be mindful about where it is in that when setting up the first one. The second one will be a lot easier to put in, won't lose signal, and we'll have the everything set up correctly. What was the distance I had to do it at for this to work? Because if you have it too close, it won't get the signal across. I think it was 200k. Maybe 100. It was 100k for the moon. Not sure about Minmus. Minmus is a lot smaller than the moon. I never got to setting that up around there. On my streaming series I did in 2018. Alright, I think we're good. Probably should have, well, we don't have that stuff in the way this time. Hopefully with all these extra reaction wheels, we'll be able to do a proper turn on liftoff. We definitely want to go this way, though. And, of course... Oh, yeah, we are. We are set up right. Good. So I believe that's going to be north. I'm going to go north on the wheel here. Alright. I know, so I figured out it's going to be this way. see how far we can push this. Yes, push me over the edge. We should be able to do it in the mid-atmosphere, though. I think low is too low. Depends on the amount of thrust you have to the reaction, I think. I'm not exactly sure what correlates to what, but what I found is with the Kerbal engines, especially the mammoths, it's much easier to do just a right off the pad kind of turn. The whole point of turning it early is to get a really efficient orbit, because that helps you conserve fuel that you would need otherwise to add some horizontal momentum. Like you're just going straight up at this point. What you want to do is you want to be going more this way to get more reverse kind of force on the periapsis early on to push her down. Alright, slow down a little bit. And let's start. Let's take this very slow if we can. Oh wow. That was not slow at all, that was extremely violent. It might just be too tall. It might just be too tall. Alright, same plan as before. We got about right around in here somewhere. I got enough fuel, it's just I wanted to try and get something more efficient. It might be that I'm not using the full thrust, too. Could be. Lucked out again. I should have waited. Okay. So let's go down to 10.